Good afternoon, girls. Thank you for coming today. I'm just going to ask you a few questions. I'm going to start with, does the subject make a difference to what makes an outstanding lesson?
Yes, I think it does, because people have preferred subjects as well, so they might get on with the teacher more so because they're maybe a higher achiever, or but teachers teach everyone equally, so it depends on that.
So are you saying actually it depends on whether you like the teacher or not?
Definitely.
Whether you like the subject?
And it can link to the subject, yes.
Really?
No, I definitely agree with that. I think the teacher does also help. If you have a good relationship with a teacher and you like the subject, I think you're more of a chance to achieve better in a subject
Really?
that you're not 100% confident in.
Girls, do you have a different opinion?
No, I totally agree. Yeah.
You totally agree with that?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. How does a teacher, if you've got a good relationship with a teacher, how has that teacher built that relationship? And if you don't have such an example, then how do you think a teacher should build a good relationship?
By interacting with the students and making sure that they understand and we get what is going on in class, and it depends quite a lot on that.
And how would she make sure, he or she, how would they make sure that you do understand? What could they be doing?
Say they would ask, put your hand up if you don't understand, or put your hand up if you do understand, and then they can, perhaps they could help and focus on those students who don't understand.
Anyone else? How do you think a teacher should build or could build a good relationship with students?
Maybe using humour, maybe not making you feel too pressured, and maybe making you be yourself and open up to them and have their trust, and if you have a healthy relationship, then you would get on and you would feel more happy and confident with the teacher.
Yeah, I think if the teacher comes over to you, I think that's quite helpful, because some people in a class, if they say put your hand up, I think, personally me, I think, oh God, I don't want to be exposed to the whole class. I don't really understand it. So I think I like having teachers jotting, or maybe one or two teachers in a class, maybe not just one. And then you can always either go to the side and talk to them, or they can, if they're walking around, you can and I think that builds a good relationship.
All right. And what about you?
So if you're stuck, they wouldn't judge you or anything. They would understand. They would explain it clearly, and so.
Do any of you feel judged if you don't understand?
Sometimes I do, and when everyone else says, "Oh yeah, I understand," I feel a bit intimidated with some teachers to come forward, because everyone else seems to get it, and then I just don't. So I would like teachers to treat me help me, have some extra help.
Okay, thank you. Okay, what do teachers do that help you learn, apart from asking you and walking around? What do they do that helps you learn, or what should they do?
Make lessons fun and enjoyable, so you're not oh, I'm dreading this lesson. You turn up, enjoy the lesson, and I think you pick up more in that sense, because you want to learn, so you're not staring out the window, you're concentrating on what's going on in the room, and if they put you into groups and things, that also helps a lot, because you have all your peers who you feel comfortable around, explaining things to you if you don't understand, and you can help them.
So you like working with groups of students? Do you all do that?
Yeah.
What else can a teacher do to help you learn?
I also think some teachers, because I don't have the best attention span, so I think what a lot of teachers do, they let you work for a certain amount of time, and then they say, okay, relax now. If you need 2 minutes break, just have a chat, and then you do the work afterwards. I think that really, really helps, especially compared to lessons that I have been in where that has happened in other lessons.
I see. So rather than solid work the whole time, you'd a minute break or something like that.
I also think that you shouldn't be working in silence the whole time. I think you should get a chance to chat and about the work, and also just if you work in silence, it just makes me feel a bit intimidated. I have to do the work really quickly.
Okay. All right. Okay. Do you have something?
Also, if the teacher knows what level you're on, because they can give you hard work and they can explain it well, but you'll still find it a struggle. So they should know what level you're working at.
They should know that, so they should be prepared.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also think with preparing, if they do have handout sheets, because copying from the board, I get it helps some people, but I do like to be given stuff that I can highlight and analyse and go over instead of just writing stuff straight in my book. So like preparation before the lesson so they know what it is.
Right, okay. So that's one task that you like. Can you give me other examples of tasks that help you learn?
If they have written the workings or points on the board, give a good amount of time for the students to write it down in their books and then process it as they're writing it down, but not just rushing off to a different side of the lesson, just giving the students time to individually process what they've written down so they can take it in themselves.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. What do you think of, we introduced in our school peer marking, so students mark each other's work or assessments from time to time, as well as the teacher, of course. What do you think about peer marking? Give me an opinion on that.
I think it's really good because like the students are in your situation, like, and I would like to have a comment from them rather than the teacher because they know, and like I can like really reflect and like I can like understand why they're saying that, and then I can look over my work and like because then they may have the same target as me, so we can like talk over it together and like improve together. And
when your teacher does mark your work, what kind of feedback do you look for? Do you read the feedback? Do you read it?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you? Or any of you just ignore it?
No.
I definitely read it, but when I do prefer if the teacher has spent time doing it, because I know a lot of teachers have a lot of work to do and other like more important things to mark. But if I've put time and effort into something that I'm quite proud of, especially if I don't get it back for about 4 or 5 weeks, it makes me kind of a little bit like, you just push that to the side, like I've spent quite a lot of time on. But obviously in some cases that like has to happen because exams have to be marked. But I just feel like maybe I put a lot of effort into it, so I think you should as well.
Okay. And what kind of comments do you look for? Do you take note of all the comments? If it's a negative comment,
when we get the feedback back in our books, I firstly look for what I've done well, so then I can know, oh, okay, I've done that, look at the even better if, and then I'd work out what I've done wrong, how I'd go around fixing that problem, and if someone like my friend has a similar mistake, then we can go through it together, or you get the teacher at a different point or in the lesson to just go through it with you, and it helps a lot.
I think MRIs are good as well, so my response is...
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we have introduced that. So MRI, my response is to the teacher's marking.
Yeah.
And do you feel that you can be honest with that?
Yeah.
And you think that's useful?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's useful because the teachers can also understand what you're feeling and like towards the targets, and they can also say, oh, well, you're glad that you did that well, and they can help you with your other like things that you didn't do so well. And do you find it easier to write that rather than say it directly to a teacher?
Yeah.
Is that
intimidating?
I see. Okay. All right.
You don't feel pressured when you say it.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I understand. All right. You're on an interview panel, and you're going to appoint an outstanding teacher, right? So you've got to write the job description and you've got to interview. Can each of you tell me what would you be looking for? What for you makes an outstanding teacher?
Friendliness, being approachable, so that the students can come up and tell the teacher what they don't understand or what they'd like to focus on more, and general just a nice atmosphere around them, because just being friendly helps me a lot with the teachers, because it makes me enjoy the subject a lot better.
Really?
Yeah.
So that makes such a big difference to you. If you're looking for an outstanding teacher, you want somebody who's friendly.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, okay. You tell me what you'd look for.
I agree that they should be friendly, but I also think that they should be quite funny.
Funny?
Yeah.
Because teachers have a tough job, don't they? So they've got to be funny. Go on.
Because I think, well, I don't know, but for me, it helps me kind of, because they make me laugh and they make me understand it more and make me want to be in the lesson rather than...
Does it make them more human?
Yeah.
Being funny? Okay, so you want them to be funny, you want them to be friendly and approachable.
I want teachers to be quite laid back because like I feel more comfortable in the lessons and like I kind of understand what they're saying to me more. If they were quite strict, I'd like think of that as being told off, but if they were laid back, like I'd actually get it into my head and I'd understand them more. And also I think humour is quite important as well because you just feel comfortable in the lesson and like you don't dread it, and then you kind of want to stay in the lesson. You don't want to, you know, have break or lunch maybe sometimes.
Okay, thank you very much. What would you be looking for?
And mine's a bit different. I like organisation, especially when you get to exams, because me and George are doing exams right now, and like it's quite hard to like.
So you want somebody who's organised?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
To you, that would make an outstanding teacher. Yeah. Okay, right. And what about yourself?
Yeah, I definitely agree with everything that's been said. But mainly I like the sense of humour because you enjoy the lessons, and organisation coming up to exams because you feel as prepared as they do. Because when teachers ask you, do you feel prepared for this test, you can turn around and say to them, actually I do, because you not only have I put in the effort, but you've helped me get here. Like, it's a sense of like relief and I suppose getting to the end of the exam and passing, you get that together with the teacher. You can feel passed together.
And I mean, your comments are very valuable. What I'm surprised by is nobody has said somebody that teaches well. I'm looking for an outstanding teacher. I mean, to you, it's very interesting that to you these qualities are more important.
But personally, I think they all come under a teacher teaching well, because if you've got all them qualities, and obviously you're going to have to know your stuff to get the job, so you're going to have GCSE levels that you've got previously. So I think it all like adds up, and just that would be the perfect teacher.
Yeah.
That's also for the teacher to be able to get there, to teach with clearly, and make sure that we make sense of what they're saying. And it's important that they can get the point across, because then we can learn.
Okay, so now one more question and then we finish. So, one word to describe an outstanding teacher for me.
That's quite a hard question.
One word. One word.
I think probably enjoys the job. That's
3 words. Okay, 3 words.
3 words.
Enjoys the job. Okay, somebody who enjoys, because you can tell if they enjoy it.
One word, passion.
Have a passion.
Yeah.
Okay, it can be the same word. I don't mind.
Passion.
You want some passion. Somebody with passion.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
To inspire you to get the work done and to make you have fun in the lessons.
Somebody inspiring. Lovely. You're back to funny again, aren't you?
So they help.
Helpful.
Helpful.
Yes. Okay.
Interaction.
Interact.
And communication.
Okay. Girls, you've been amazing. Thank you so very much. Really helpful comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.